Good morning, everyone. It is a great privilege and an honor for me to be here today on Guard Day at the Capitol to address this fine body. I thank you for the resolution that this body passed that was presented to us this morning. And I also thank you for your support of all our programs that support our National Guardsmen, our families, and of course our veterans. The Pennsylvania National Guard is second largest in the country, and certainly the best in the country, and it has been the busiest. Thousands of guardsmen deployed over the past few years, over 1,000 deployed currently, and we're preparing other more than 1,000 to prepare in the upcoming 1 year to 2 year period. So we've been extremely busy. The pace of the domestic operations has even grown larger. Just this past year, over 1,000 people doing flood duty here in Pennsylvania, with unprecedented rains that we've seen here over the past year. Many flooded areas, not traditional flood areas, that just due to some localized downpours had some severe flooding there that we've responded to, and of course many hurricanes throughout the country and some of the other United States territories. Some of the guardsmen that I brought here with me today were participants in that. I can talk about history all day, about all the great things that we have done, but I thought the best way to show you that is to bring the people who actually did it. And in the back corner, I'll ask the guardsmen to stand as I introduce them, some of the people that have participated in many of these operations. First, I'd like to introduce representing our 3 air wings, the commanders of the 3 air wings, Colonel Mark Goodwill from Butler, Colonel Stacy Zanavage representing the 193rd Special Operations Wing from Mountaintop, and then Colonel Bill Griffin of the 111th Fighter Wing from Percy. These 3 gentlemen represent our 3 air wings. Each of those 3 air wings have a distinguished history of being selected by the United States Air Force as outstanding units, multiple Air Force Outstanding Unit Awards within these organizations. And the Air Force just picks a few. Of all of the units in the Air Force, all active, Guard, and Reserve, a few are selected every year to be designated as an Outstanding Air Force Unit Award. This year, all 3 Pennsylvania wings were awarded with this award. So it's a phenomenon. It's the first time in our history that that's ever happened. All 3 Pennsylvania wings being named as outstanding in the Air Force. Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, the Commonwealth was subject to historic flooding this year. Your Pennsylvania National Guard, in all kinds of conditions and with little notice, responded to those floods. We actually picked 18 Commonwealth citizens off the rooftops of their homes or of vehicles in floodwaters that were all the way up to the roof, nowhere else to go. And it had it not been for the brave men and women of the Pennsylvania National Guard, those family members probably would not be sitting at their family table today. So I wanted to introduce a few of those representing the many who participated in those operations. Captain Zachary Kreis from Hanover, Staff Sergeant Jonathan Voss from Doylestown, Chief Warrant Officer 3 Jason Jakopowicz from Palmyra, First Lieutenant Matthew Groth from Lancaster, and Sergeant First Class Michael Moy from Bethel. Standing there in the back, these brave men represent many brave men and women who flew in the most difficult conditions, day and night, during storms, bringing hoist cables down onto rooftops of houses and vehicles with swirling winds, heavy rain, tall trees, power lines, cell towers, some of the most hazardous conditions that we've ever asked our aviators to operate in, including in combat, graciously risked their lives to save others in Pennsylvania. Your Pennsylvania Guardsmen, thank you very much for your service. Two other guardsmen I'd like to introduce, Master Sergeant George Roach from Garnet Valley and Tech Sergeant Matthew Pierce from Harrisburg. Of the 111th and the 193rd wings here in Pennsylvania, Two of the members, along with hundreds of others that deployed outside of Pennsylvania to other states in support of hurricane operations over the last 2 years. Again, no notice, pulled away from their families and their civilian jobs for weeks to go contribute to the safety and welfare of others throughout the United States. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for the hundreds that you represent, for your service and your sacrifice. The last group by name that I'd like to introduce are very special people. With no disrespect to this fine body and the assemblance of visitors that are here today, I venture to say these three people are the most important people in this room today. They are family members of our Guardsmen. I'd ask Mrs. Kathy Rutherford from Bellefonte to stand, Mrs. Ashley Branoff from Shippensburg, and Mrs. Jessie Denny from Camp Hill. Please all stand. Kathy and Ashley are spouses of Guardsmen that just returned recently from nearly a year deployment to Kuwait with our 28th Division. And Kathy is the mom of one of our Guardsmen. Her daughter is currently stationed in Poland for nearly a year with our Armored Battalion Task Force that's in Poland right now. These family members, they're not on the payroll, okay? They don't wear a uniform. They don't collect a salary. We don't give them awards. They don't get promotions. But they work just as hard, if not harder, than many of our Guardsmen. Okay, they don't wear the uniform, but they serve. They sacrifice, they suffer, they stress. When our Guardsmen get called away on no notice, they have to pick up the pieces on no notice. The greatest success that we have in our National Guard is our experience and the great professionals that we have. And I'm telling you, without the support of our family members, we would not have that. That's why they are the most important people to us in this room, is our family members. Of course, I know we're almost to the finish line on the military family education program. I'm not going to be happy about it until I see the governor sign it. So I know we're not quite there yet, and we got some more. But I appreciate your support thus far on that important bill. Pennsylvania leading the way in the nation, the first state in the nation to say our families matter, our families count. And Pennsylvania is going to do something for our families because their service matters to us and their service counts. Everything they do for us is extremely important, and the success of our organization absolutely relies on the strength of our families. These three family members as well not only take care of their own families, but they are avid supporters of our family readiness groups and our support groups. They spend many of their own hours of time calling other family members of deployed soldiers, making sure that they're taken care of, and they're helping them get through the deployment with their wants and wishes and helping fulfill their needs. So these fine ladies not only take care of their own families, they're taking care of many other families in Pennsylvania, and we can't thank you enough. Ladies, thank you very much for coming here today.
Adjutant General, we are so appreciative of your great remarks today. Thank you so much.